What is up, intuitive sheepdogs? Welcome to another podcast episode of the Intuitive Sheepdog Podcast with your host, me, Autumn Schmidt. Very excited to have you here as always. Today, I want to talk to you about police work and money and why I got into police work. I think this is really important. I think it's a very important topic. I think that I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say about what I'm seeing, what's going on, some shifts I'd like to see intuitive sheepdogs take, and so you can live a better life. I don't know anybody who got into police work for the money. Straight up. I don't know anybody who did. And if you did, then you're in the wrong line of work. I remember in college, of course, when you're in college, I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this. Like you have a lot of professors who are, former police officers. And I just remember one, he was a former police officer and he was also the former director of the police academy. And he said to me, he said, this job is a lot of things, but you will not get rich in it. You will have job security, which is fantastic. And you're going to have good benefits, decent benefits. You have a retirement. And that's, and there's a lot more that goes with it. But I really hope you didn't get into this job for the money, because if you did, you're in the wrong line of work. And so something that I want to bring up and I really want to talk about is I want you to sit back, and if you're a police officer or, even if you're not a cop, like whatever job you're in, whatever you're doing, I want you to sit back and I want you to reflect with me throughout this episode. I want to know why you're doing what you're doing. I want to know why you started doing what you're doing and why you're still doing it now. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because for a few different reasons. I feel like us as police officers and first responders, like, we obviously are going through a very difficult time in our country, right? In our time, I can't speak for other countries, but I know what's going on in the U.S. and, we're having a tough time. We're having a lot of disrespect for the police, more than we've ever faced. And we're dealing with a lot of adversity. And it makes it very difficult to do this job, hands down. I know that there's a lot of people who like my old school cops, like I still talk to them, the old guys, and they're like, Jesus fuck, I would never want to do police work right now. Yeah, thanks. I know. It is that way. I get it. It's hard. But here's the deal. We are not victims to this job, right? Like, we choose to be here. Now, there are absolutely unfortunate circumstances, and I don't believe that any police officer should, or any person, I hate good people, seeing them get killed, obviously, like we all do. And that's extremely devastating and sad. And I'm not making light of that. I'm not. But I want you to ask yourself what your mentality is, whether you're a police officer or whether you're anything else. Like, are you walking around and being a victim? And, and if you are, I want to know why. Are you just doing it as a habit? Are you, why are you so negative? Why are you in, the victim mentality? Why are you in that low vibe? That's extremely low vibe. But you need to ask yourself, like, are you looking for attention? Do you not feel good about yourself? Are you unhappy in your job? And if you are, like, let's make changes. I won't lie to you. Like, when I started this podcast, mind you, we're almost on episode 100, which is fucking fantastic. And as I'm looking at the date, today's 122. It's just like a beautiful, I love those numbers. 122. I don't know. I think it's a great number. Have a beautiful episode planned for episode 100. It's kick ass. It's all about money and this. I have my beautiful spiritual mentor, one of many, but she's coming on and she's gonna freaking kick our asses about money and how she's made multiple seven figures and as an entrepreneur. And she talks about how she makes like over 200,000 a month. Yeah. Right. So anyways, that's like a little side note of what's to come. So we want to listen to her. I want to listen to her. I want to hear what the fuck's up. But what I want to say to you is this. If you're unhappy, then move. But if you are happy, or you are 50% happy. Figure out why you're only 50% happy and then make yourself 100% happy. If you are really happy, but you find yourself in victim mentality, I want you to ask yourself why. I want you to ask yourself why you are doing what you're doing and why you find yourself in the victim mentality. I know there's a lot going on. There are assholes everywhere. And it seems now more than ever, it's highlighted because of social media and every other thing. But there's also a lot of really good people. There's a lot of really great perks to that job, any job, all jobs. And we need to start focusing there. We need to start focusing on the service that we are providing to the universe, to the world, because that's at the end of the day, that's why we're all put here for service, to put into this universe. What I believe is we are all spiritual beings who come and we become human beings to experience this human experience, right? As humans, and to give. We all have these really beautiful abilities and, just different things that we can give, experiences that we can give to other people. Everybody is so unique, and you're not even looking in the mirror, and you're not even seeing how like unique you are and what you can give and what you can put out there. A lot of times you're just thinking you're just a cop. I'm just a cop. I'm just a nurse. I'm just a police wife. I'm just a soldier. You're just these things, but no, you're so much more. And I went through that when my fucking life essentially like passed before my eyes, when I got told one day that I would never be able to work full-time patrol again, and due to my back injury. And I was like, whoa, that was a slap in the face. And I had to go, and I had to go find myself again, which is a lot of what goes on in the Intuitive Sheepdog Club, which is open for enrollment, by the way. And so if you're not in there, I don't know why you're not. It is absolutely revolutionary. It is something that every week you're getting new content that's going to open your eyes. You're going to learn how to go within yourself. You're going to learn how to, face your demons, or whatever you want to call it. Look in the mirror, trust your gut. You're going to learn the science behind meditation, your intuition, and everything spiritual that I give you. I also give you the, science, most of it. I give you the science behind it. You're going to be a part of a very supportive group. We have a Leo only group within the Intuitive Sheepdog Club, and we also have an everybody group in the club where everybody is, which is fucking fantastic. And it is always going on 24/7. You have 24/7 support. So if you're not in there right now, for this week, we have open enrollment. So you can start from the beginning of the program with everybody else. So if you're interested, all you got to do is DM me on Instagram, or you can email me, autumn@autumnclifford.com, or you can come on to Facebook and PM me. But anyway, so here's the deal. Here's what I'm trying to say is you got to figure out, like, we're all here for service. Okay. And we all can provide beautiful service, whatever it is. Okay. And everybody's different. But the thing is you got to go within yourself, and you've got to figure out what it is that you're here and you're supposed to do, and what it is that you want to do. When, like I was just saying, like when I got hurt, my doctor was like, yeah, you're done. Like I obviously went through a bout of depression and severe anger and frustration. And that's what you hear when you listen to the first few episodes of my podcast. I'm like, fuck everything, fuck law enforcement, like nobody cares, and I'm like freaking out. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely say I was a bit, I could definitely be in a bit of victim mentality. Like I could see that, but I was also extremely angry, and that's fine. I think I talked about that in a recent post. If you haven't read that, go to my Instagram and read it. And, I just talk about like the levels of vibration, and like I talk about how we all get angry, and the most important thing to do is to move through it and not like suppress it and not make yourself wrong for being angry. Fuck, it's a human emotion. Like we should all feel it. But the thing is that, so I'm sitting there and I spent a long time trying to get my life right, trying to figure out where I need to serve. And I would stand up and I would start, and then I'd fall down. I'd stand up and I'd start, I'd take a step, and then I'd fall down again. Like that's what it was like for me. I started as an entrepreneur because actually the truth is I come from a family of entrepreneurs. So my mom's an entrepreneur. My dad is, every aunt, uncle that I have, every set, I have multiple sets. My mom has 2 sisters and a brother, all entrepreneurs. And my dad has, a brother He's now deceased, but he was an entrepreneur and his wife was an entrepreneur. Like everybody I grew up, everybody owned their own businesses. And that's just how it was. I had one uncle who was a cop. That one fucking uncle who was the anomaly. I went and was like him. but anyway, so I figured it out. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go be an entrepreneur. And here's what I want to tell you. I didn't become a cop for the money. I didn't become an entrepreneur for the money. I'm a college professor. I did not become that for the money. I'm doing these things because it's in my heart. We're reaching our 100th podcast episode. Do you know that I don't make money from my podcast? Now, a lot of people are like, oh, Autumn, that's like stupid business. No, I mean, I don't know. I'm doing it out of pure fucking love, pure fucking passion. My Instagram, go look at it. Like it is of pure service to you. It is not pictures of me, like selfies of me, like look at me, look how good I look. It's all for you. Like I throw pictures of me up there. It's my account. And I'm like, hey, but if you look at the content's all about helping you. I am here to serve you. It's like my biggest goal in life, something that absolutely moves me, is to help people change their lives because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to live in a box. Fuck living in the box. I live outside of the box. That's who I am. And anybody who wants to live like that and wants to learn how to work with the universe and get in true touch with who they really are, that's what I love to do. That's what I love to do. And on the side, I love to channel angels, like to get people connected to their angels. And I just think that it's so important that we take an inventory of what we're doing and why. I always wanted to be, my biggest thing, I've always wanted to be a role model. See, when I've been in the martial arts since I've been 5 years old. And I became an assistant instructor at 13. My instructor was amazing. He helped me out. I also at 13 was mistaken for 18 consistently. So I was like one of those people, like very mature. And then I became a lead instructor when I was 15 years old. And I instructed karate up until I was about 21 or 22. Then I went to the police academy. So I just fell in love with helping people. I fell in love with changing people's lives. Fell in love with being a role model and kind of being that mentor, being the leader. I fell in love with that. And that is what I knew I wanted for my life. There was a time where I was very seriously contemplating going into law school. And actually, because when I was a deputy and I was working inside of a courthouse as court security, as you can imagine, I got pretty close with a bunch of judges. And there was one judge in particular. She's retired now. She took me under her wing. And she said to me, if you want to go to law school, I will get you in and I will write the letter. I will do A, B, and C, and you will be in law school. If that's what you want to do, you will do it. We will get you in there and you will do it. And it was like really powerful for me. It was like such a powerful thing. And, for somebody to like stick their neck out, so influential to stick their neck out for me was amazing. But at the end of the day, like I became a cop because I wanted to be a role model. I wanted to help people. And I know everybody's like, oh, I become a cop because I want to help people. But like, no, like I wanted to change lives in a role model capacity. I spent a lot of time, on the road. Don't get it twisted. I was, a very good road cop. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm telling you what I did. I stopped a lot of fucking cars. I threw up numbers. I made a lot of arrests. I love drug interdiction. That was my thing. But on the side, I really enjoyed going and speaking. I spoke at a lot of women's groups. I spoke in churches. I spoke in schools. I spoke at our police department to groups of people consistently. My chief knew that I really liked that. I taught self-defense through the police department. I'd go to the academy and I would teach. Like I was just always speaking. I was always out there. I always was being that leader. That was just who I was. Like I just was serving. That was how I was serving until I got hurt. And then my service changed. But can you see, here's why I'm telling you this, okay? And at this point, you might be like, blah, 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 right? But I'm showing and sharing this with you because you can't be doing what you're doing for the money. Now, listen, Like my teacher's going to come on in the next episode or two, and we're going to talk about money and how to have a lot of it. And I'm not shitting on you for wanting or having a lot of money. I want a lot of money. Like, I enjoy money. You can enjoy money. That's not a problem. The problem becomes is when we focus on everything we do is for money. Does that make sense? Do you see the vibrational inconsistency? Like, okay, everything I do is going to be for money, and money is going to push me and it's going to motivate me to do the things. That is wrong. Like, that's not going to fulfill you. It'll fulfill you for a little while. It will. I've seen it happen. And then it's not going to anymore, because the universe really doesn't support that. The universe really, really gets behind and supports, when we are serving from our heart and serving from our highest good and really, truly helping other people. And honestly, you're going to see, you can like look around, like if you're a police officer, or it doesn't matter what you do, but if you're a cop specifically, take a look around at like your PD. You'll see like there's certain officers who just fucking, man, they flow and everyone loves them. And because they're serving from their highest good and they, in their biggest capacity or whatever, like that's what they're doing. And they're killing it because the universe gets behind them. Whereas you see guys who are out there that they just want to make arrests. Doesn't fucking matter for what. They might pinch you. They might pinch people for little amounts of everything and traffic and do we need those kinds of people? Sure, but if they're not coming from their highest and greatest good, then the universe doesn't support that as much as they support somebody else. And so I just wanted to share that with you. Like, I'm here now in an entrepreneurial position to serve you. Like, my goal is to change as many police officers, first responders, sheepdogs lives as possible. I want to get into cultures. I want to get into law enforcement and first responders and the military. And I want to get into all these different cultures, and I want to hack them and I want to change them. I want us to be taken care of. I want people to support us. I want it to not be such a miserable thing. I don't want being a police officer to be miserable. I don't want first responders to be miserable. I don't want people to be miserable. I want people to get in flow with the universe. I want people to follow their heart. I can't understand why anybody would not do the things that make them happy. I can't understand it. I can't. And the reason I can't understand it is because you only get one chance. And if you are any kind of first responder or in the military, or if you're a nurse or a doctor, or if you've lost somebody in your life, then you know how precious life is. You know it's fucking short. You're here today, gone tomorrow. Why would you do anything other than the things that make you happy? Why would you not be doing the thing that you are here to do? Why would you not? I don't understand. And so for me, that's what I teach. That's what I teach. That is what I unleash in the Intuitive Sheepdog Club. That is what all of my teachings have always been about. Even when I was a business coach and I was teaching women how to build businesses, this is what I was telling them and teaching them, how to build businesses from their hearts. What do they love? Somebody would come to me and they're like, yeah, I'm doing this thing and I don't really like it. We'd fucking scratch that, because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I know personally. I have tried so many different things, but when my heart is not in it, it's just not successful. And it's going to be the same for you. So if you're struggling with your happiness, with your finances, with, not being angry, with not being depressed, all these things, take a look at why you're doing what you're doing. And if you're doing things for the wrong reason, stop. It's that fucking simple. It's don't make it complicated. Don't sit there and go, well, Autumn, A, B, C, and D. Look, there's always other jobs. There's always other things. There's always other opportunities. And once you work with the universe, give it to the universe, surrender it out, do the things, get into the flow, then you can easily transition into, following your heart's desire. And when you do that, you do things like create 100 fucking podcast episodes for free just because you fucking want to. You post, I think I have over 800 posts on my Instagram that are not just shit posts. If you go and you read any of my posts, they are literally teaching you, giving you, inspiring you, educating you. It is because that's what my heart, it's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm here to do from the bottom of my heart. Now, I'm at a point where, yeah, this is my livelihood. And so I think that it's okay to ask for money for my programs, and it's okay to ask for money for the trainings and the workshops that I host. Okay. But I also put out a lot of content for free for those of you who can't afford it or not willing to, that, and that's okay too. But I just wanted to talk to you about money and why we all became police officers and why, we all became doing what the things that we're doing. And let's not be victims, and let's understand the flow of money, and let's understand how to work with the universe. And I also want you to kind of get to know me a little bit more and understand my flow and understand why I'm here and why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. And evidence will show you that. So if you have questions, as always, get in touch with me. The Intuitive Sheepdog Club right now is open. But only until next week, and then we're going to be shutting the doors. So if it's something you want to be a part of, you want to be a part of the revolution, it's fucking amazing, cutting edge, good stuff. Get in touch with me. Intuitive Sheepdog on Instagram, or you can email me, autumn@autumnclifford.com. And so as we wind down this podcast, what I want to do is what we've been doing is I would like to say just a little prayer at the end. So if you are in a position to be able to close your eyes, please do. And if you are driving, do not do that. Just maybe take a nice inhale with me and an exhale. And let's call in our angels. Let's ask the universe to step in, ask the guides from the highest light, our guardian angels to step in. Archangel Michael, please protect us. Please stand with us as we make all of our choices today and every day. Please be with us and our loved ones. And thank you so much for guiding us. And please give us a sign. Let us know when we are on our path, and please let us know when we are not. Amen. Intuitive Sheepdogs, I will see you next time.